You can see right there, my controller has stick drift. So I'm about to teach you how to do the best workaround. That way you can eliminate that. And this goes for any controller. Make sure to watch the whole video. That way you don't miss any of the steps. This method applies to the Nvidia controller, the PS5 reflex control, Xbox control regarding dead zone stick drift. What you want to do is go ahead to your settings and go to controller. Okay, so go to controller settings, and then here all you want to do is navigate to the input device. So here is going to present you with many different settings here. Okay, test stick dead zone is going to tell you which of the sticks is actually moving. Okay, so if I turn it on right here, as you can see, the right trigger right there, they both kind of moving. As you can see, it's not really on the center, so you could tell it's already off balance. So what you want to do is turn it off for now, and these are my actual settings right now, which is the left stick is dead zone 2, and I have this one dead zone 2 as well. This one, don't worry about this to the 99. I always leave it as default. So dead zone 2 here and dead zone 2 here. So as we know, the lower the dead zone you have, the faster response time you always gonna get in the game, so the better performance. So you always want to have it the lowest that you can. But now if you cannot go as low like me, because now this control is already kind of messing up, as you can see, I have to bump it up. So what I'm about to do now, I'm gonna have to bump it up until it stops moving on its own. So let's see if we could do 3, for example. Let's see if we could do 3. We go back and test it right here. If I leave it, see, it's still moving, but now it's moving a little bit less. Now we go back to it. Let's put it to 4. Now it's barely moving. It's still moving. It's still moving a little bit, but you could barely see it. So now you kind of fixing it already. Let's go to 5. Let's go to 5. So once I have it on 5 is pretty much the default that you always get your controller at. So at this point at 5, some people have bad stick drift even though it is at 5. So if it is at 5, you will have to even bump it up to 6 or 7. So let's see on my situation if this one could fix it. So 5 dead zone. Now let's see. I'm putting it right in the target right there. See right there, this is pretty much the default that I get as soon as I get the control. So at 5 is pretty good, but as you can see, it's still moving a little bit. If you see closer to his shoulder, he's still moving a bit. See, he already passed his shoulder on the target. See that? So it's still kind of a little bit messed up, but obviously you can work around with that. So it's completely fine if you get a dead zone stick drift that much, because it's not something crazy. Now if you want to even fix it even further, then you will have to go to 6. Now if you want to test it out in here as well, all you have to do is just click right down the stick dead zone test, and see, now they're both right there intact. I'm gonna put it right there, right in the center. See, now it's not moving at all. Now like I said, the dead zone might be messed up already at 5 for some of you people. So like I said, you will have to bump it up to either 6 or 7 or sometimes even 8, because I have another control that my dead zone is messed up at 5 and I had to bump it up all the way up to kind of like 8 or 9. Now once you do this already, that you already have the dead zone set up, you will have to do another step, which is to change your sensitivity. And I say this why? Because the more you bump up the dead zone, this lower the response is once you're about to move. You know, remember what I said, the lower the dead zone, the faster your character is going to move. The higher the dead zone, which fixes the stick drift, the slower the response is going to be once you're about to move. To be able to counter that, you will have to go to your controller and bump up at least your sensitivity maybe by 1 more. So if you play on 7.7 like me, I would recommend it to you to play on 8.8 and then give it a try like that. That way you can match what you fixed previous, you know, that way it could be kind of the same matching as you had it before. That way you don't feel off balance, and that way you're not missing shots or etc. And also another method that I have seen online as well is if you have an old controller, just make sure to pop this rings right here and you take out the stick, and make sure to clean the inside with a blow duster or whatever it is that you have, or with a Q-tip, and then you just put it inside and make sure to clean all the debris inside. And after that, if you want to go even further, you could also hard reset the controller, which you can calibrate your analog sticks with a certain method they have. They also have that on YouTube that you can look it up, and it's also pretty effective. Now I will always recommend either 5.5 dead zone, which is the default one, or lower. That way you get the most response on your controller. So for example, if you get a brand new controller, take it down to all the way to 2 or even 1 dead zone and see if it moves. If he moves a little bit within the firing range or whatever, or you see like he's moving slow, make sure to bump it up a little bit, maybe to 2 or 3. But that's if you have a brand new controller. Just put it the lowest as you can. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Make sure to hit the like on this video. That's my only motivation to keep making videos for you guys. And if you're new to the channel and you like this type of content with tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe. Now this method that I show you right here, it also goes for the Envision control, whoever has this controller as well. As of now, I've already been playing with it for like about, I guess, like 2 months or so, and yo, it's still hanging on really good. But on this one, you pretty much have another advantage since you have the IQ app. So with this one, if you have a stick drift within the game, you can also change the stick drift in the in-game settings and control, and also on the IQ app. For the Envision controller, let's say if you're having problems the same way that I was just explaining it with the other controller, and let's say you go to the dead zone and you play on 2-2 dead zone, right? What you want to do is do the same step that I was kind of showing you in the other one, but this one has an app as well. So what you want to do is just go ahead to your app and then go to thumbstick, right? This is where the dead zones are at. So here, let's say if I have it set up to 2, I would do the same thing. I would just go 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. So 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 until I don't see that moving anymore. So let's say if in game I put 5 dead zone, then here I will have to put 5 as well. That way I have both matching and everything is working properly with both of them, since I have a stick drift, you know. So there I would just put 5 as well. So 5 in game and 5 in the app. Now with this one, you have many choices that you can do to be able to fix the stick drift better, because here you can fix it within the game, or you can also have the app to even tweak it even more, you know, if it is that critical. Yeah, I feel like you have more chances to fix it on this one than the other controls, since with the other controls you only have the in-game settings and you don't have the app. But like I said, I haven't had no problem with this one. So as soon as I encounter any problems with this one, I'll let you guys know. Right now it's been treating me good. Now let me know in the comments below if you have any problems with the dead zones, and if you have any other question, make sure to let me know in there. That way I can just assist you with it. Also, let me know which controller is the one that you have with stick drift. At 200 followers on my Kick live streaming platform, I'll be doing the brand new Xbox Series X giveaway, and I will be doing it live. I'm almost there too, so make sure to go ahead to my account and make sure to follow it. I am trying to stream every single day, so make sure if you see me go live, make sure to pop out and say what's up.